Came out great. Came out great. Like, they loved me and la la la. But I needed my guys there.
Hey, I want to speak on Mike Patton. If you know who he is, you know who he is. If you know what you know, you know what you know. And I want to speak on him in the context of the generation of musicians that he came from, the 90s. Some of his peers include Kurt Cobain, Chris Cornell, the guy who, the lead singer for the Chili Peppers. Basically, why I'm making this video is because I feel like that 90s generation of rock musicians, they weren't really pop musicians. The pop world embraced them. They were underground musicians who made a big name for themselves on the underground, and the mainstream record industry went to them, and they made what they did mainstream and pop. They didn't have to change anything that they were doing. And then eventually it got to a point where the alternative sound, the underground sound, became the commercial sound, and these artists felt trapped in that sound and felt trapped in that construct that was created by the mainstream record companies. And there were a lot of geniuses back then. And I always compare the 90s generation of rock artists to the 60s generation of rock artists in that they were very forward-thinking, changed the culture. Because you got to understand, man, pop rock in the 80s was heavy metal, bubblegum metal, these very expensive heavy metal videos, rock artists with long hair, and there wasn't a lot of substance to the music. But then there's a new theory coming out saying that hair metal actually had a lot of substance, and people are actually revisiting some of that music and some of the production and some of the musicianship, and they're actually reappraising that part of history, revisionist history. People are actually saying, yeah, they were talented, they just were boxed in by the commercial aspect. But I'm making this video just to give a salute to the 90s generation of rock artists. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You can turn on your radio right now, a rock station, and I guarantee Faith No More, Soundgarden, Nirvana, all that stuff still plays. So that was a pivotal generation, and if you were around to witness it, that's beautiful. And these guys are still performing live. There's a little place called the National here, $35 a ticket. You can see all of these great musicians. So I encourage you guys to go out there, buy tickets, and see these legends while they're still here. Peace.